Good morning. It is almost 9:45 on, what is today? Tuesday morning. uh, it's been, well, I uploaded on Monday, but I haven't vlogged since Sunday. So, it's been an interesting week so far, let me tell you. I know nobody wants to hear so much about my work, and I know I've been bitching about the new hire, but I have an update. So, Monday, my boss had come back from her trip. She had a great time. She went whitewater rafting. She had a great time, whatever. We talked about it a little bit. Whatever. And Monday, it was me, my boss, and this new hire that were working together. And we had a busy day. In that sense, it was good. I like to be busy. And we weren't crazy late. Like, I think we were home by 3 or 3:30, something like that. But the level of fuckery that happened on Monday was kind of epic. So, I can't remember when things happened in the day. It's a blur. But, damn. Like, okay, so we go to a house. And I, as per usual, was doing bathrooms and kitchens. And my boss was doing the wiping and the mopping. And the new hire was doing the vacuuming and the sweeping. Okay. So we get to this house, and we're all doing our thing. And we're starting to notice that the new hire will do her sweeping and her dry mopping and the vacuuming and leave. She wasn't coming into the kitchen. Is there, is there anything else I can do? She was doing her job and going outside for a smoke. So, we were getting annoyed, okay? At some point, we go to a house, and I'm in the kitchen, working away. I've done, I don't know, 2 or 3 bathrooms in this house. And I got to the kitchen, cleaning away. My boss had done a couple little things in the kitchen and then went to mopping. So she told me what's up, what needed to be done in the kitchen, so cool. Working away. And the new hire just did her job and left. Okay, fine. Well, as my boss is mopping, she's finding all this, all these crumbs, stuff that should have been swept up, right? Like around chairs, under tables, So, she goes out, like, we were commenting to each other about how she was just leaving, like, and not taking the vacuum or the broom, or like not taking anything with her, just doing her part, and going to the van. So not only did we have to finish everything on our own, but we also had to bring her stuff, as well as our buckets and mops, to the, So my boss goes out and says, "Look, we're not done yet. you need to get back in here. You need to resweep. Like, one, the kitchen hasn't been swept at all because I was working on the counter when she walked out, so there was crumbs all over from the counter on the floor. She goes, and you need to resweep, like, the dining room, whatever the hell it was. And she was walking her through and showing her all this crap on the floor. She's like, I swept. And she's like, you need to do it again. I'm here to tell you, at that one house, my boss had her come back and sweep the same room like 3 or 4 times. This after, on Friday, saying to my coworker that if she had a good broom, she'd be able to sweep with her. And we told our boss about that. Yep, we did. It was not, and it just went downhill from there. Like, on occasion, I think the first 2 houses she was doing really well, right? She would come into the kitchen, what needs to be done, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, after 2 or 3 houses, like, without fail, every shift, it's like she loses interest. She doesn't care anymore. It's like, it doesn't work that way. You have to do your job in full and properly all day long. The worst of it was our third last place of the day on Monday. It was an apartment above a store. It wasn't an apartment above a store. It was like a house turned into 2. It was a house that had been transformed into 2 apartments. And we were doing the upper one. So it really wasn't that big. And to the best of my recollection, there was no vacuuming. It was a move out. So, you're doing windows, baseboards, the walls, the inside, the outside of cabinetry, the inside of, your spoon drawers and all that kind of stuff. Like, you're doing everything. The freezer and the fridge, we don't do the inside of stoves, but, the fridge and the freezer and that kind of thing. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. And this place was dirty. So, we're working away. I only had 1 bathroom to do. So I scrubbed the living hell out of that bathroom from baseboard to ceiling. Like, it was impressive. Toothpaste everywhere. Jesus. And that's fine. I'm used to it. It could have been a lot worse. And I go to the kitchen. And it's just a small kitchen. Like, it's an apartment kitchen. But again, the inside and outside of cabinetry, and nobody ever does the inside of their cabinetry, so. And some of it couldn't be done because there was still shit in there, so whatever. It was what it was. So when I came into the kitchen, my boss was just finishing up the fridge and freezer. And she said, like, I'm just doing the fridge and freezer, and then I'm going to go mop. Cool. Which leaves everything else in the kitchen to do. So I immediately went and sprayed down the microwave because it was nasty. Let that soak. Put the little tray in my wash tray and left it in the sink. And I did the inside and outside of the upper and lower cabinetry, and I started on the counter when Dusseldorf walks in and says to me, what can I do? And I said, well, I'm just finishing up the counter. There is the sink and stove to be done, the stainless, and the Windexing. Okay, so start with the sink and stove. And when I'm done the counter, I'll see where you're at, and we'll continue from there. I said, but also the floor needs to be swept because the kitchen floor had not been swept yet. Everything from inside the cabinetry was on the floor. Everything from what's on the counter is on the floor, plus everything that was there before we got there. So I'm working away on this counter. It needed scrubbing. The counter, the backsplash, the light fixtures, fine. All of a sudden my boss goes, where's the new hire? I'm like, what do you mean? She's in here with me, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where the hell did she go? So we look out the window. She's down at the fucking van having a smoke. Like, what? I was like, the floor needs to be swept in here. Like, the end stuff needs to be done in the, like, I like, do I not speak English? So my boss goes to the window. My boss goes to the window. And there was a window treatment on it. She lifts up the window treatment so that she can open the window and yell down to her, like, we're not done yet. You want to get the fuck up here and bring the broom? Like, my boss already said to me she was docking her from all the time that she took leaving us to go smoke. She wasn't paying her for any of that time. She was keeping track of it on her phone. I thought, good for you. Fucking Jesus Christ. I bet you she got paid for maybe an hour and a half all damn day. So she goes to open this window treatment, to open the window. And the fucking window treatment falls. And it was heavy. It was really heavy. So we're messing around trying to get this stupid thing back up onto its track. And we're kind of giggling amongst ourselves. It was giggle or scream. Like, we weren't laughing because it was funny. We wanted to kill her. This just adds to the frustration, right? So we get this window treatment back up. My boss goes downstairs. I went back to the kitchen. Whatever. It is what it is. Like, and my boss goes down and she just grabs the broom. Doesn't say a word to the new hire, right? Grabs the broom. And the new hire says, well, what are you doing? And she says, well, apparently I'm sweeping. Like, we're not done yet. There is still work to be done in that apartment. But you go ahead and have your smoke. Like, and she goes, well, Jen told me that she was going to do the kitchen, that everything was under control. Bitch, that is not what Jen said. My boss told me that after we dropped her off, and I hit the roof. I was so mad. I was so mad. You lying little see you next Tuesday. Really? So not what I said. Put words in my mouth. God damn it. Anyway, my boss just kind of went like, whatever. Like, she knows damn good and well I would not tell her that. So she turns around to come help me finish. And this broad has the audacity to say to her, as my boss is walking away from her, I see you fix the window treatment. My boss said she stopped, never turned around, she just stopped, thought about a retort, went, nope, and just kept walking. And we finished that fucking apartment by ourselves. In the meantime, our next customer is texting my boss wanting to know why we're late. Why are we late? Because of Monkey Face, who can't be bothered to do her freaking job. And my boss has explained to her several times, like, we are a team and we function as a team. So it's not my job as the one that does bathrooms and kitchens to mop. Okay? But there are times where I mop. Like, my coworker who mops and vacuums quite often, that's a lot. To do the vacuuming and the mopping is a lot. I will say to her at the beginning of the day, when I know that this is the situation, and I will say to her, my dude, you start to get tired or sore or whatever, like just done, let me know and I will do some mopping for you. I have no issue with that. And she knows that. And so when she starts to get kind of over the vacuuming and the mopping, she will leave me the mop to say, mop out my bathrooms when I'm done. Cool, I can do that. Or when I'm finishing the kitchen, she'll leave me the mop and say, like, everything's done. Can you just do the kitchen and mop a trail out the door? Cool, I can do that. Like, we are a team. We function as a team. We help each other out, right? I can't tell you how many times my boss, my coworker, and myself has done dry mopping for the new hire because she's so goddamn slow, or does things out of order is the bigger deal. I could care less about your speed. As long as you're doing a good job, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not the fastest worker, but I do a damn good job. Just saying. So I don't care about that. But she does things the opposite way, that, like, however the hell she wants, rather than how she's told to do it. So that we can keep on schedule on how we follow each other through the house, I will go and grab a dry mop and start dry mopping when she's vacuuming instead of dry mopping. That way my coworker can start mopping. Like, it's just... But the new hire won't do anything outside of her job, the sweeping and the vacuuming and the dry mopping. It's like, except for the first 2 or 3 houses, it's the same every goddamn day. First 2 or 3 houses, she's fine, right? After that, the attitude comes out. She starts doing whatever the hell she wants, however the hell she wants to do it, and not pulling her weight at all. Like, at all. She's gotta go. She's gotta go. So, when we finished that, we did the apartment, like the duplex. And then we went and did this old lady's apartment, like an actual apartment building. And when we were done that, we had one more house. But trust and believe, we went and took this bitch home first. It was like, done. We need to go. The attitude that she was shooting my boss. And I heard it. I could hear it. They were talking outside, and I could hear them in the kitchen of where we were at. It was insane. Yelling at, like, not necessarily yelling, but speaking very loudly. The tone, like, I'm sorry. This woman holds your paycheck. What are you doing? Like, are you absolutely mental? You got problems. I was telling my boss about how last Friday, I think it was the last house we were out of the day. Yeah, it was the last house we were out of the day. Big Jesus house owned by a cop. It was huge. We're in the kitchen, and she packed up her shit and decided she was done. The kitchen still needed to be swept. It was... fuck. And she says to my coworker, you know, when you're done mopping, can you just vacuum up that pile that's over there? And my coworker and I stopped, and we're looking at each other. And it's like, but you're the one that vacuums. Like, I'm doing something, my coworker's doing something, you're doing sweet fuck all. Why can't you vacuum up that pile on your way out the door? Like, I'm so confused. And then she left and took the vacuum with her. That's fine, baby girl. It's last half of the day. You do you. I picked it up with a cloth. Whatever. And, like, the homeowner's right there in the backyard. Like, there's a great big glass door there. Like, she can see everything that's going on from the living room, in the kitchen. Like, you go do you. It's fine. It's fine. We told our boss all about the fuckery about the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. Like, her mind was just blown. And then she got a real good taste of it on Monday. To the point where it was supposed to be 4 of us working yesterday, on Tuesday, as 2 crews of 2. So my boss and I were talking about it on our way home for the day. Because we dropped her off and went in another town over. It was like, fuck yeah, I'm not working with you more. Not more. Not today. You're done. Go the fuck home. Jesus Christ. And on the way home, we're discussing this. And I said to my boss, like, look, if you do a crew of 2 tomorrow, you are going to have to work with her. You can't put her along with me because I don't know how to get to the houses. Like, I don't know how to get to the houses. So that can't happen. It either has to be you or my coworker working with this broad. And I'm telling you right now, if you make a coworker work with this girl, she is going to hate you. Like, she could quit. She is done. Like, yeah. I said, I would never put words in somebody's mouth. But I'm here to tell you, I know for a fact, if you make her work with that broad, she's not going to be happy with you. Like, after everything we've told you, we're done. We're done with her. We want no part of her. Not alone. So, we ended up working, just me, my boss, my coworker yesterday. And it was a lot of work. We had some crazy houses. I'm here to tell you, we had a good time doing it. We had some chuckles. Everything went smoothly. We were a well-oiled machine in those houses. It was fine. You know, there was no tension in the day. Like, and I said to my boss on Monday, after we dropped her off at home, she told me about her comment about me telling her in the one house that I was going to do the kitchen, that everything was under control, she could go. And I completely lost my temper. I was like, the fuck? No, let me tell you what Jen said. And she's looking at me. I was livid. Fucking lie, but don't do that. No. And she's going, I know you wouldn't do that, blah, 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 blah. And I said, listen. I'm done with the blatant disrespect, the goddamn attitude. I'm done. She's done it to me a couple of times. Not to the extent that she's done it to my coworker or my boss, but she has done it. And I'm sure there's a look on my face because I might not say anything, but it's all over my face. I do not have a poker face. You know what I'm thinking at all times. But the level of disrespect and fuckery at work is unbelievable. And I said to my boss, I've had enough. I said, the only reason that she didn't get it from me last week is because my coworker made me promise not to say anything to her. I begged my coworker to let me ream her out. And she was like, no, don't say anything. Please, we've had enough. Like, it's done. Let the boss deal with it when she gets back. Just don't say anything. So for my coworker, I held my tongue. This is what I'm telling my boss. I said, but now you've seen it. You've experienced it. And I'm pretty sure you've had enough. Oh, I wonder if my steamer's been dropped off. That is exciting. I said, so, let me just give you fair warning. The next time she so blatantly disrespects any of us, I don't care if it's my coworker, my boss, or myself. That's it. I've had it. I'm going to meet her at the van, and we're going to have a talk. And it could very well end up into a loud talk. I'm done. I can't hold my tongue anymore. It's affecting me. Need to let it out. And she's kind of, like nodding and whatever. And I said, look, if you're worried about you, like anything coming back on you because I lose my shit on her, let me tell you right now, because I'll do it if you're there or not. I don't care. I so don't care. I said, make it look good and tell her that I can't talk to my coworker that way and she's going to have to write me up. You go ahead and do that. I'm fine with that. Because I can say things to her that she can't. Right? Like I said, I can tell her what's up in a way that she'll understand. That you can't talk to her like as a boss, you can't speak to your workers that way. I can. And you can tell her that you're going to write me up for it. I don't care. And she's like, that sounds fair. I can do that. Cool. So as far as I'm concerned, I now have permission. When the appropriate time arises, and it will, to tell this chick what's what. She is so abrasive. I said, you have no idea the level to which I hold my tongue daily. Like, even just when customers say stupid shit, like, I grit my teeth, head down, mouth shut, bathrooms. And then I tease and make fun in the van. Like, but I get it out, right? I can't do that with this broad. So, and venting is great, but I really want to do it at her. And I said, I'll show you how abrasive I can be. No problem. I can speak her language. She will understand me 110%. No fucks given. I can do that. And my coworker, she's like, I was telling her about it on Monday night, and she's like, oh my God, she's, you've got to let me record that. You've got to let me turn my voice recorder on and record that. I said, you can do whatever the hell. You can turn your video on and video record the whole damn thing. I do not care. I do not care. In fact, it might come in handy. In case things go too far, that might come in handy. She seems like she might be a little scrappy, so a video might not hurt. It's so funny. So yeah, she didn't work yesterday. And when we came home, when I got dropped off yesterday, I said to them, because they're working with her today and I'm off, and I'm supposed to be off on Thursday as well, but I said to them, if Wednesday is just a great big ball of WTF, give me a call Wednesday evening when you get home and let me know if you want me to come in Thursday, and she can just stay the fuck home. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'll take one for the team. You start looking for somebody else. Like, that's the stipulation. I will work the extra. I will do what I can, as much as I can, for as long as I can. But you need to find somebody else. Hit the streets. Start looking. Start doing background checks. Jesus Christ. Like, start calling past employers and actually getting references. Like, I mean, Jesus. I got 2 coffees going. I got an iced coffee from yesterday and a hot coffee that I made this morning. It's one of those mornings. So I might get called into work tomorrow. We'll see. My coworker was like, oh my God, I love you so much. He's like, I know. It's fine. But see, we need her for Friday because it's my coworker's Friday off. And we have 2 great big Jesus houses that we all loathe and despise. Like, we've got the cop's house again and another house that's just full of pet hair. And the material that's on the floor is the type of material, it's like granite or something. It sucks all the water into it. The shower walls are the same. Like, it's just, they suck. The two houses suck. And we need 3 people. So, there's that. So we'll see how it goes. But for today, I think tonight I'm gonna wait and cut my grass because it's muggy and it's only gonna get muggier. And the grass is kind of damp right now, like it's all dewy. So I'll wait to do that. Boo Boo's home today, and he's going to an Alice Cooper concert in Windsor. I think it's next month. But he wants to dye his hair black for this concert. So we went to the supplier one day last week and bought some semi-permanent black hair dye. So, because I said I'll do it for you, but you're getting proper dye. You're not getting that home box shit. That stuff will kill your hair. I'm interested to see what it'll look like because his big squirrel. Because his hair is maybe a couple of shades off from being black anyway. So, but I said that's fine. I said to him last night, you wash your hair tonight and I'll color it for you tomorrow. So I have to do that. And I think that whole process should be no more than 40-45 minutes, right? To apply it, to let it sit. It shouldn't need to sit for more than maybe 35 minutes. So I figure it'll probably take me about 5 or 10 minutes to slap it on. So that's fine. And then I think my steamer came today. I ordered a steamer like in the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday. Well, I guess technically Wednesday. No, on Monday, but technically Tuesday morning. Days are all weird. Because I've had my eye on them for a while. But I have wigs that I've had probably about 2.5 years now that are starting to get really frizzy on the bottom. But other than that, they're in great shape, and I don't want to cut them. I like the length of them. But a straightening iron doesn't really make the frizz go away. It just makes it flat and frizzy instead of poofy and frizzy. So I've had my eye on the steamer, I don't know, for the last 9 months or so. And I finally had it up with like a $5 off coupon. It was either a $5 or $10 off coupon. I can't remember. And it had decent reviews on it. So I was like, sweet. So I ordered it, and I think it just came. So if I can get around to it today, I'm going to take out my wigs that are in my drawer, because the ones that are in the drawers are shampooed and conditioned and cleaned, and I can just steam them and let them dry, brush them out, put them back away. The other ones are on my dresser. The same, 4 wigs or something that I've been wearing for the last 9 months or so, 10 months or so. Need to be shampooed and conditioned before I steam them. So if I get the chance, I want to start that today. And if I don't get called into work tomorrow, I want to finish it. So I'm excited about that. I am so excited about it. I think if I steam them, the ones that are kind of wavy, I'm pretty sure they'll go straight. But I thought, if I want to keep them wavy, like if they're straight and they stay straight, and I don't like the way it looks, then I can just like pin curl them and steam it, let it dry, and then they should be wavy again. That's my theory. I've never had to restyle a wig. Well, my wigs. I've styled wigs, but they're usually human hair wigs. I've never styled synthetic wigs. So we're gonna give it a try and see. But I think pin curling and then steaming it, like you pin curl them in the direction you want your wave to go. This is in theory, okay? This is hairdresser theory. Pin curl them in the direction you want the curls to go. And then put like some kind of bag over it and put your steamer inside. I don't know, maybe 5 minutes max. And let it dry. It should restyle the wig. And if need be, maybe spray it with like a light hairspray after, or even like a heat protective spray, because that has a little bit of hold to it, like hot spot or something like that. Another thing might even be the saltwater spray for those like beachy waves, because that has a little bit of hold to it, like a very light hold to it. So if you spray it lightly and then steam it, that should work it through the pin curls and then let it dry. That might work. I wish I had more than one mannequin head, because I only have one, so I can only do one wig at a time. I'm excited to try something, see if it works. I would love to have them all nice and smooth and pretty again. So, yeah. Anyways, we're almost at the 40-minute mark. My goodness, my lord. Look at a boot. So, anybody who happens to be watching, thank you. I appreciate you. I will try to stop bitching about my coworker, but if there's an update, I will update you. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.